You ever just feel like you don't fit in anywhere? Like you go out and you're hanging around all these people and you see everybody getting along and everybody chatting it up, whatever the phrase is these days. You go around and you see everybody else like kind of getting along and getting together, but then here you are just by yourself. That's what I feel. Like most days these days, you know. It's like, it's not even, I don't know how to describe it. It's like you see everybody getting together or just chatting it up, just verbatim, and it's like I don't vibe with that, you know. I don't feel it's not that I hate these people, you know. It's just like I don't vibe with them. Like, I feel better off over here by myself than I do with these people. Maybe that's just the introvert in me talking. But yeah, dude, it's just that's just life as of late. And then I get my professor on me because they're like, you're not, what's the word? You're not engaging with the rest of the class. And I'm like, what engagement are you looking for? As long as whatever it is that you're teaching, I'm retaining and I can dish it back at you. I don't, like, what's the problem here? There's a difference between you trying to get me to come out of a shell that's never going to happen, or you actually wanting my feedback. You know, there's a difference between trying to get me to be a certain way rather than actually teach me, you know. I don't know what I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but yeah, man, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't like going out. It's just, I don't get it. Maybe it's not for me to get. Maybe this is just my place. I don't know. But yeah. Hope all is well with you. Hope your week is going well. If not, I hope things get better for you. Today we have another video from the Vulcan to check out. This is SCP-4307. I think it's like a marine animal or something like that. There's usually something I say after that. I think I already said that. I think I was gonna go into, as always, hope everything is well with you. Isn't that what I usually do? It's been a minute. Without further ado, let's get into this.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Dr. Miller.
My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-4307. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4307 instances are kept in a reinforced aquatic containment chamber filled with water treated to replicate the Barents Sea. One side of each chamber wall is to be coated with a lead plating, and X-ray emitters are to be installed in 2 corners of the chamber with the purpose of being activated once a week to feed the SCP-4307 colony. Vegetation inside the chamber is to be maintained once every 3 weeks by D-Class personnel equipped with reinforced diving suits.
You said once every 3 weeks? So this thing's only getting fed once a month, basically? Wait.
Description: SCP-4307 is the designation for a group of 27 entities belonging to the extinct Nothosaurus genus. The organisms are 4 meters long on average, although some specimens have been recorded reaching 5 to 7 meters in length. SCP-4307 specimens feed off of common sea life, primarily consuming fish. However, specimens have been observed hunting larger prey, including animals larger than themselves.
Wait, so if they eat fish, what's the vegetation for?
SCP-4307 specimens are capable of emitting electromagnetic pulses through an organ located near the brain. Composition of this organ includes a high concentration of electrolytes. The pulses are primarily used to incapacitate possible predators, but are additionally capable of temporarily deactivating electrical devices. SCP-4307 instances were observed feeding on radiation from the sunken K-278 comsomolates during the initial recovery of SCP-4307. Testing indicated that depending on the type and amount of radiation absorbed, the intensity and type of electromagnetic pulses changes. See SCP-4307 radiation testing. How SCP-4307 is able to survive these pulses and close proximity to radiation without any repercussions is unknown. SCP-4307's Triassic ancestors seemingly developed this organ to counter the sudden appearance of sharks, the electrical discharges being weak enough to disrupt a shark's senses, stunning it. SCP-4307 instances do not perceive humans as a source of food and will generally ignore them, although several cases of playful interactions have been noted. However, SCP-4307 instances have been known to lash out using their jaws if feeling threatened. It is unknown how SCP-4307 managed to survive our time period, as no further fossils of Nothosauridae were found following the Triassic period. Foundation paleozoologists suggest the possibility of the SCP-4307 colony becoming frozen in a secluded ice cave near the end of the Triassic period, somehow managing to survive through multiple extinction events. Addendum 4307-1. SCP-4307 was discovered in May of 1989 following reports from the Foundation's Russian branch signaling the sudden disappearance of the K-278 consomolates in the Barents Sea. 2 other submarines are believed to have been sunk by SCP-4307 instances.
Jeez, they taking out your weapons.
K-129 Minerve and the USS Scorpion, both during the 1960s. It is currently theorized that SCP-4307 instances were attempting to feed on radiation from their nuclear reactors. Foundation personnel theorize that the sudden flaring of high-energy radiation caused by nuclear bomb tests in 1947 awoke a colony of SCP-4307 that had been dormant for centuries. The colony then made its way to the Barents Sea, where it was subsequently discovered. SCP-4307 Radiation Testing. Experiment Log 4307 1. Radiation Ultraviolet. Test Subject SCP-4307-8. Test Record SCP-4307-8 was introduced into the testing chamber and subsequently exposed to a high concentration of UVA radiation through 2 blacklights. After 45 minutes, SCP-4307-8 started to display bioluminescence around the head and neck. A school of fish was then released into the testing chamber. Upon SCP-4307-8 taking notice of their presence, it began charging up a pulse. Upon release, the pulse manifested as a blue ray, fatally electrocuting
They turned that thing into a weapon.
Fish in contact with it. Testing ended after 20 minutes of SCP-4307-8 repeating this behavior. Notes: after being removed from the testing chamber, SCP-4307-8 lost its bioluminescence after 2 days.
After 2 days.
Experiment Log 4307-2. Radiation X-ray. Test Subject SCP-4307-21. Test Record SCP-4307-21 was introduced into the testing chamber. Shortly after, it was exposed to X-ray radiation. After an hour of exposure, SCP-4307-21's skin became translucent with the organ located on the head glowing, akin to a Melanocetus johnsoni, humpback anglerfish. A school of fish was then released into the testing chamber. Once noticed by SCP-4307-21, the specimen released a pulse which could not be detected visually. After 5 minutes, fish that were hit by the pulse turned translucent and stopped moving.
What?
A fish was captured for analysis while the rest were eaten by
Yeah, that's crazy how it's weaponizing the radiation given to it
SCP
as a means to hunt its prey.
4307-21. The test was ended approximately 10 minutes later. Notes: analysis of the fish showed that the part of the brain that controls the locomotive functions of the fish was damaged, rendering the fish unable to move. SCP-4307-21 lost its translucence shortly after being removed from the testing chamber. Experiment Log 4307-3. Radiation, Gamma. Test Subject, SCP-4307-15. Test Record, SCP-4307-15 was introduced into the testing chamber and subsequently exposed to a small concentration of gamma radiation. After 30 minutes had passed, readings showed that all radiation was absent from the chamber. A school of fish was then released into the testing chamber with the goal of triggering a pulse from SCP-4307-15, as had been demonstrated in previous tests. This resulted in a small-scale nuclear blast, later identified as an amplified nuclear electromagnetic pulse, irradiating or destroying everything within a 50-meter radius. In addition, the explosion killed around...
Wait, he said irradiating or destroying everything in a 50 year
staff member.
Was it? Wait. Okay.
And irradiated many others who were caught in the radius. SCP-4307-15's remains
it was 50 meter.
Were found lacking its head and most of the neck as a result of its proximity to the explosion. Notes: testing has been suspended following the incident with SCP-4307-15. The effects resulting from exposing specimens to radiation are too unpredictable, and quite frankly, further testing isn't worth the risk of losing more instances or personnel.
It is not.
Addendum Journal 4307. Yevgeny Ivanin, commanding officer of the K-278 Komsomolets at the time, held a logbook during the lifetime of the submarine. A few entries preceding the sinking of the K-278 Komsomolets were written. Relevant and/or noteworthy excerpts have been translated from Russian and transcribed for analysis. Page 350.
30/03/1989. As per orders of the motherland, we went to patrol around Norway on the lookout for any American submarines. We arrived in the Norwegian Sea around 0200 and have been patrolling since.
Page 353.
02/04/1989. We've been roaming the Norwegian Sea and its surrounding seas for 3 days now. Radar operator caught a large signal encircling the submarine at around 2200. I dismissed it as Praetorian sea life, mistaking us for a dead whale.
Page 356.
05/04/1989. Something's attacked us. All electronics are out and we cannot reach the motherland through our radios. The motors also refuse to start back up. Others damn things destroyed our equipment without direct contact is unbeknown to me. The crew is panicking, but I don't blame them. They are young, they are afraid of death. If the mechanics somehow manage to restore our communications, I'll send an SOS to our leaders requesting immediate help.
Page 358. Final entry.
07/04/1989. At around 1500, communications were restored after 2 days of darkness and living on rations. The commander managed to send an SOS before what appeared to be an electric shock fried our electronics yet again. At 2000, strange sounds were heard from the outside, ramming into the ship. A fire broke out in the ensuing panic and the commander was wounded. After recovering the logbook, I and several other crewmen went for the single lifeboat. It was utter chaos. Men were fighting each other to obtain a spot. I managed to slip by the crowd and reach the lifeboat, and we departed shortly after due to the fire spreading rapidly. When I ejected, I saw a glimpse of those creatures. They looked like reptiles, but something about them was off. Something I can't explain. 2 hours after we reached the surface, a Russian boat that heard our SOS arrived and took us aboard. End of log.
Addendum 4307, 2. An image accompanies the last entry of the logbook, presumed to have been made by its author. SCP-4307. See Monitor. This concludes today's lecture. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are, and you are all dismissed. Goodbye.
Goodbye. DL Baryonyx. All right. So, radioactive dinosaur. Okay. And it feeds off of sea life, but it uses the radiation. It uses the radiation as a weapon, to weaponize itself against its prey. That's pretty crazy. I missed the part where it said something about there was a in the containment procedures, they said something about replacing vegetation once every 3 weeks or something like that. I missed the part where that was of value. But yeah, maybe I have to just go back and listen to it. But yes, another SCP. I don't know why I'm excited about that, but yeah, this was a good one. This is unique. A dinosaur. First off, a dinosaur, and second off, it weaponizes radiation to attack its prey, and it's been sinking submarines. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, with that, we will end this video here. I don't even know how to close this properly. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you for being here, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.